Hey guys, Chase here, and I just wanted to give you guys a preview of the WWE Super. I can't do it. I can't do a Paige impression to save my life. I don't know how people can do the European accents, man. Like, y'all very talented if y'all can do that. I know a lot of people say I can do a good Conor McGregor, but that's like Irish. That's different. But anyways, what's up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you my WWE Superstar Shakeup results. Now, keep in mind, I'm not reviewing WWE Raw or WWE Smackdown. If you have any questions about those shows, I'll definitely answer you those questions. But for the most part, I'm going to be talking about WWE Raw and WWE Smackdown, what they got from the Superstar Shakeup, and pretty much just talk about how Smackdown finally is on the winning end of something for once in their lives, man. Normally this is like the time where it's like, oh great, SmackDown's going to get pillaged. SmackDown's losing all the superstars. Remember that one year? I can't remember what year it was, but SmackDown lost like Edge, Chris Jericho, Batista. Like they lost everyone. Like everyone went to Raw in that draft, and like SmackDown, they just had like honestly, I can't even remember who SmackDown had at that time. But Edge ended up going back to Raw. I think it was 2010. That draft showed like how one-sided and how much the WWE always wants to make Raw like the A show. But this Superstar Shakeup, man, dude, they really were all like, okay, we really got to do something on SmackDown, man. SmackDown, it's lacking something. And honestly, SmackDown is what's it called? SmackDown actually won this thing. Like, it's kind of weird saying that. It just doesn't feel real. It just literally doesn't feel real. Thank you for the thumbs up, Batman. Make sure you protect the stream, try it with pride. And JC1986, shout out to you too. But yeah, it's just so weird saying that. Like just say it with me, guys. SmackDown won something. Like how weird does that sound? Like just saying to yourself, SmackDown actually won something for once. like yeah, sure, they win the Survivor Series matches, but that doesn't mean shit, okay? When we're talking about building a brand, building a show, normally SmackDown is the one that's the worst. What's up, Degenerate Shargon? What's up, Blue Knight? But anyways, let's get started talking about the Superstar Shakeup. The list of all the wrestlers are in the description box down below. So these are the list of all the wrestlers, and I just put the groups and factions minus the bar just together. So you guys, because you guys should know who's in each group and everything like that. Now, granted, keep in mind, not every group. We're not going to go in full detail with them. We're not going to be like, oh, this is going to be so good that this wrestler is now on. No, we're going to just like keep it short for some wrestlers, because for some wrestlers, man, it didn't really matter that they jumped brands or anything like that. So Raw's newest superstars. Now, here's the thing about the Superstar Shakeup. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm just stupid, and y'all can let me know in the chat. But how does this work? Like, because like the announcer's like, oh, Kurt Angle with these good pickups. Like, why didn't Kurt Angle just go, you know what? I want AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, why didn't you just take like the three best guys from SmackDown, and then Paige was all like, Paige goes, okay, if you're gonna do that, I take Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Like how does this work? Like, they need to like set up rules for the next year's Superstar Shakeup, so that way it makes sense to me. Because like literally, to be honest, man, is Kurt Angle back on the drugs or something? Because you look at what Raw got compared to SmackDown, it's like Paige like did a bargain on this thing. She took everything from Kurt Angle. It was like Kurt Angle's like, all right, Paige, I really want Jinder Mahal. What will it take to get him? And then Paige goes, why don't you give me Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe? Deal! Oh, really? That easy? Yeah, I want Jinder. Thanks, Paige. Like for real. Like, what made them? Like, how does this work? Like, does anyone know? Because it just feels like they like. At first, I thought it was just random draws, but no, it's just like this is like them picking and stuff like that. Like, I just don't get it. It's just confusing to me because like. You would think Kurt Angle would pick, like, smarter picks than Jinder Mahal as his first pick. And Jinder comes to Raw. He's the United States champion. It feels like, oh, WWE's pushing Jinder again. He comes to Raw. Freaking Jeff Hardy comes out with the Jeff Hardy hump dance. Beats Jinder like it's nothing. And then becomes the U.S. champ. And now freaking... and then... And now he's gonna probably feud with No Way Jose. Like, why did they do that to Jinder? I mean, he just won the belt, and then now y'all just taking it away from him. and you're making him a jobber. Like that doesn't bode well for the first selection of the superstar shakeup. He literally comes to the brand. It's like, I'm the modern day Maharaja. Kurt, you're supposed to get me limo. Kurt, you're supposed to do this. You give me all the perks of Brock Lesnar. And then like all of a sudden this dude's losing to Jeff Hardy. And then now he might feud with Jose. No way. Like come on, man. Like that's just ridiculous, man. For the first pick of Raw. And then next up, we got the Riott Squad. I feel like Sasha and Bayley, it's kind of like the thing that will never happen. You know, like when you are trying to hit on a girl, like I know this is more of like a TV show type of thing, but this can happen in real life. It just feels like you're about to get there with that girl, but then something just always gets in your way. Like you're about to make the move. You're about to say, all right, I'm going in for my shot. I'm about to kiss someone. But it's like all of a sudden it's just like, it's like, oh, she gets a phone call, someone in her family died or something. That's how Sasha and Bayley is, man. It's just like, literally, like, the match itself was whatever, but then they were starting to pick up, and they were starting to beat each other up, and it seemed like, okay, this match is going to go good. Then the Riott Squad comes in, and it's like, really, who cares? Like, who cares about the Riott Squad? Like honestly, they literally are not going to provide any value on Raw. They're just going to do what they did on SmackDown. It's not like they're going to do anything different. It's going to be the same crap with the Riott Squad. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come to Raw. That's good. That's fine. I mean, how funny is this, though? A year ago, people were talking about, man. People were all like, oh, man. Oh, Sami Zayn needs to go to SmackDown. Land of opportunity. Oh, Kevin Owens is more of a SmackDown guy. Now these guys are back on Raw. They're back where they started. Back where the brand where you didn't want them all. Like, here's the thing. Kevin Owens is a former Universal Champion. Sami Zayn is probably on one of his better runs on the main roster. You'll probably get something out of this. Like, there's no denying you'll probably get something out of this, and that's a good thing. The thing is, it's just like, really, to be honest, they've been buried by Shane McMahon, who came out of the hospital with diverticulitis, and Daniel Bryan, who hasn't wrestled in like 3 years. Like that's the thing. Like, there's no stock value in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's just literally like I would have loved if they would have just played it off for weeks on end of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn trying to get a job back. That would have been interesting. I liked their match that they had on Raw, but it just made their match just seem like it was nothing. So, yeah, they just both come on over. They're both going to be serviceable hands. And then afterwards, those are the biggest names Raw got. Like, literally, this is what, like, Kurt Angle is, like, the worst when it comes to negotiations, because he literally was just, like, letting Miz go for free. And then he just decided to grab a bunch of weirdos and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. There's 2 other names on this list that stand out. But let me just go on and talk about some of the jobber names first. Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. Who cares? Like, this ain't 2011. Zack Ryder ain't doing anything. The only funny thing that I hear about Zack Ryder is that he has heat because he does stupid things outside of the wrestling world. Like, Zack Ryder seems like he's more funny outside of the wrestling world than in it. The Fashion Police, Breezango, Tyler Breeze Fandango. Who cares? So they can have funny gimmicks on Raw now? Oh, that's good. They can have some funny sketches. A few more people watch the funny sketches. That's good to know. What's up, Heel Steven? How you doing, my friend? Let's see. Oh, Natalya. Oh, this is the big one, guys, because we don't know why Natalya's there. Hey, guys. Who here loved Ronda's backstage cringiness, dude? Even in backstage segments, that should be easy. She's even cringy there backstage. Like, literally, this was the Kurt Angle Ronda Rousey backstage segment. Well, Ronda, I got a surprise for you, okay? Okay, Kurt. Show me. Natalya literally comes in and she goes, Natty. Oh, you guys know each other? Yeah, like, she trained me and everything. Well, Rhonda, I'm happy to be here, and just letting you know, I'm looking to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Well, second best. Hey, guys. Like, seriously, it was so bad. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And so then when Absolution is beating up Natalya after Natalya gets the win, and then Rhonda comes out and beats her up, it's like, okay, seriously, Rhonda doing stuff compared to talking is so night and day. Like, if I just showed you footage of Ronda talking, people would be like, why do you guys support this idiot? Like, no, for real. Ronda is just so terrible. Ronda's just so terrible when it comes to the microphone. It's just not even funny. A backstage segment, guys. This should be easy stuff. That's where you should be able to shine. Like, it's a backstage segment, not in front of a crowd. Yeah, you hear the crowd, you hear the ambience, but it's not that hard. And Ronda Rousey is still just so cringy and so bad when it comes to these promos. But yet when she comes out and she's kicking ass, oh, it's hot. It's amazing. It's like, damn, dude, this is why the WWE wanted this girl, because she could do stuff like that. But yeah, when it came down to it, we all know why Natalya's on that roster is because she's just there to help Ronda, which is fine. You got to help your investment in Ronda Rousey. We all know that Natalya is just there to give Ronda a really good singles match down the road. I'm fine with that. You know, she did the same for Charlotte. You know, that's what Natalya is there for. Natalya doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. She got her women title reign that she's been looking for. She doesn't need anything else. Like, she honestly doesn't need anything else. She's fine. She's done her thing. Congratulations to Natalya. You're going to make money feuding with Ronda Rousey. Seriously, I see wrestling fans like, oh, this is so stupid what they're doing with Natalya. Well, what the? Are y'all really pissed about this? Like seriously. Like, I understand being pissed about certain moves in this. But seriously, you're going to be pissed that Natalya is going to make money feuding with Ronda Rousey? Going to be like one of the main, going to get some good publicity feuding with Rousey? Going to give Rousey a good match? Like, who could be mad at that? We saw what Rousey did with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Could you imagine what she could do with freaking Natalya? Like, for real. Just imagine what she could do with freaking Natalya. Be good stuff right there. I'd be down for that, man. Sign me up. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I see fans complaining. They're like, oh, poor Natalya. She deserves better. Man, Natalya's lucky she's still on the roster. She's lucky she's still on the roster and stuff like that. I don't know how they do things on Smackdown, but we handle our business in the ring here. Yeah, I know. Kurt Angle doesn't watch the Land of Opportunity, Acers. So yeah, when it comes down to it, Natalya went there. Mojo Rawley. Now here's the thing, guys. If y'all didn't see Mojo Rawley's promo where he's like, the blue band didn't use me right. Y'all should watch that one. That was actually pretty good. Too bad Mojo Rawley can only cut those good promos backstage and on his cell phone, because in the ring it don't translate. It just don't. Oh, Baron Corbin's coming over, guys. I got one prediction right. Awesome. I got one prediction right. Baron Corbin. So, yay. Who's excited to see Baron Corbin and Care Bear feud with each other? Oh, that's like main event written all over it, man. Oh, the Roman and Baron Corbin feud of 2018. I love it. Damn it. I wonder how much fans would actually be like, I wonder what Baron Corbin's reaction would be against Roman Reigns. Would he get a fair, positive reaction? Like, I'm just curious about that. Because, like, you know, Reigns gets a negative reaction a lot. But I wonder what Baron Corbin's theme would be. No, wait. Jose. I love that theme. Sounds great. Dolph Ziggler's back on Raw, but he's not alone as he brought Drew McIntyre. And you know what, man? I'm happy for Drew McIntyre that he's back on the main roster. He wasn't really going to do anything on NXT. Good. Move him up on the main roster. But you know what? Now you're trying to get me to care about Dolph Ziggler, because I really want to see. I've been liking what Drew McIntyre has been doing since he left WWE when he went to ICW, TNA, now known as Impact Wrestling. I've been liking it, man. I've been thinking Drew McIntyre has been one of the more improved guys on the roster. And the thing is, man, it's just like I've been waiting for him to go on the main roster so I could cheer for him again. And now it's like he's teamed with Ziggler, the 1.5 million man. Everyone's like, oh, that's just a rumor, Chase. You know what? I still believe in that rumor, okay? But yeah, man, it's like, why do I have to, like seriously, why do you have to put McIntyre with Ziggler? Like, seriously. Why do you have to put McIntyre with Ziggler? Come on, man. Like, I'm fine with it because it's like, okay, at least Ziggler's doing something different. It's not like Ziggler's coming out there being like, guys, I'm here to steal the show and give you 5-star matches and be in the mid-card forever. It's like at least he has someone now. He has a tag team partner. And honestly, I feel like it would be a good tag team. It's just like, now I might start caring for Ziggler, and I shouldn't be caring for Ziggler. Like, I just want to see McIntyre do well. But for all these people also comparing McIntyre, Ziggler to Shawn Michaels and Diesel, stop it. Y'all ridiculous, man. I can't believe how many people are like, who got this? Like, y'all are just like, ugh, and stuff like that. So, yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre are now a thing. Mike Kanellis, I didn't know he was still on the roster. Like Mike Bennett, dude. Like seriously, man, Mike Bennett. I remember he was like a hot name on the Indies. He signed. I was down with the Mike and Maria gimmick. Then he had his own personal demons, which I'm glad that he overcame. And you know, Maria just had a kid and stuff like that. But you know, I really hope Mike Kanellis does something. He has a good theme song. He has a solid look too. It's not like Mike Kanellis is a boring guy to look at. And I was like really down for this like weird cook gimmick that he had, but too bad we just never really see it to fruition. Hopefully he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Speaking of lost in the shuffle, welcome to Acsencion to being the jobbers to the authors of pain. That's your chapter, Acsencion. You ain't gonna do shit on Raw. They're better off on SmackDown, man. I bet you they're gonna miss the SmackDown catering. They're gonna miss playing video games with Xavier Woods and stuff. They're like, man, why we have to go to Raw? This sucks. And then Raw, other smaller guy that they got was Chad Gable. Man, a little bit too late on pushing Chad Gable as a singles guy right now, right? I mean, yeah, he has potential, but it just felt like the tag team with Shelton Benjamin was honestly for nothing. Like, what was the point of putting him in a team with Shelton Benjamin if they weren't going to succeed? And now that he wasn't in a successful tag team, all of a sudden now you're going to say like, oh, he's ready to be a successful single wrestler? Like that make no damn sense to me. How are you going to do that with Chad Gable? That make no damn sense. I mean, it would make sense if, like, you know, him and Shelton did shit, but it is what it is. And the main guy that that Raw got also was Bobby Roode. I mean, how deflating was that? Y'all were probably thinking like the mystery tag team partner would be someone big and everything like that, and then all of a sudden it's Bobby Roode. No offense to Bobby Roode, but it's not even like good Bobby Roode. It's like babyface, I'm happy to be here, Bobby Roode. It's like, ugh. So that's what Raw got. Overall, Raw got shit. And now we go to SmackDown. And when I name you what SmackDown got, man, it's just like night and day. You'll look at SmackDown and you'll say, there's a couple people that are just like whatever. But like, man, SmackDown got The Miz. Like, literally, that was the first pick that we learned about SmackDown. Like, Kurt Angle was all like, I decided to give you the SmackDown per Daniel Bryan's request. So The Miz goes to SmackDown. He goes back to the brand where he belongs. He goes back to a brand that could help, that could really use him. Because like I said, The Miz is a 3-segment guy. A 3-segment guy, for anyone who doesn't understand that, is Miz can have 1 segment to Miz TV, and he can have a match that could last 2 segments. That's what The Miz does for you, and that's a good thing, because that means less writing for Road Dogg. Less writing for Road Dogg means better television for SmackDown Live. So The Miz coming to SmackDown is a good thing. That's what we need. We need someone like The Miz onto the brand. We need that. So we got Miz. Good. Miz on SmackDown. That's fine. And then the hits keep on going. Jeff Hardy, who just won the U.S. title for the guy Kurt Angle traded for, Jinder Mahal, Jeff Hardy is now on SmackDown. Like seriously, I need to know how these picks are made. Because, like, I could not imagine Kurt Angle's just this stupid, where he's like, all right, Paige, I'll give you Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe for Jinder Mahal. And then Paige is like, I could. I'll take it. And then it's just like Jeff Hardy wins, and then she's like, well, we still got Jeff. Like for real. Like, how does this make any damn sense? So Jeff Hardy's there, and he had a solid match with Shelton Benjamin. Like, seriously, I watched Jeff Hardy and Shelton Benjamin. I seriously watched Jeff Hardy and Shelton Benjamin in 2018. Like, what's going on here, guys? Like, for real. What's going on here where we're watching Shelton Benjamin and Jeff Hardy? So I thought we were going to see Randy Orton and Shelton Benjamin. I was hyped for that. I was all like, oh, shit. 2004 Raw right now. Let's go. Evolution days, man. Yeah, let's do this shit. And then Randy Orton had that awkward pause, and then the Jeff Hardy came out, and he did the Jeff Hardy hump dance and everything, man. I was all hyped. I was like, man, I can't believe I watched 2008 SmackDown and stuff like that, man. I'm glad that my impressions are making you laugh. That's what the whole point of them are. I practiced them for a reason. Absolution's on SmackDown. Cool. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I guess I have more of a reason to tune to Tuesday nights to see my girl Mandy wrestling. Samoa Joe's on SmackDown. Wow, I honestly did not think they're going to move Joe from Raw. But I'm so happy Joe's on SmackDown, because here's my reasoning why I thought they weren't going to move Joe from Raw. Was because I felt Joe was like that nice buffer guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt Joe was like the nice buffer guy for the Raw superstars, where it's like, what's Seth Rollins doing? I don't know, feuding with Joe. What's Reigns doing? I don't know, feuding with Joe. What's this person doing? I don't know, feuding with Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I felt like Samoa Joe was just like that good buffer wrestler for the company. But they decided, hey man, we gotta do something with Samoa Joe. And SmackDown, this is the perfect brand to do something with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, when you look at all the matchups on SmackDown for Samoa Joe, oh, dude, how mouth-watering are them? Sure, we've seen most of them. Like, we've seen Joe versus Shinsuke a bunch of times on NXT. We've seen Joe versus Styles a bunch of times in TNA, now known as Impact Wrestling. But man, dude, oh, we got Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. I'm going to be watching some 2005 Ring of Honor. Got some 05 Ring of Honor up in here. And then we're going to be watching Samoa Joe possibly facing against Orton. Samoa Joe facing off against Shelton Benjamin's a possibility. Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. We get some more Immortal action. Immortal versus Joe with the paint and stuff like that. Oh, man, I'm excited for that shit, dude. Like, no joke, man. I'm excited to see Samoa Joe on SmackDown. I really think that he's going to do good on SmackDown. And honestly, I feel like this is Joe's best chance to get a world title. Like that's how I really feel about it too. It's like with SmackDown, I just sit, like, you know, like with SmackDown, I just say to myself, man, dude, this is like the best time to give Samoa Joe a world title. Like for real, man. And I get it. You know, not a lot of people are cheering for Samoa Joe. And yeah, it's easy to make fun of Joe and say he gets injured a lot. But I'm a huge Joe fan, man. I love Samoa Joe. He's one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. I'll make fun of his talking, screaming promos where he talks normal like this, and then he raises his voice as he starts yelling and saying how he's going to destroy Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns, you're not a big dog. See, Roman, what you are just nothing. Like, I'll make fun of Joe for doing that. That's fine. You can make fun of your favorite wrestlers. If you don't, I don't know what your problem is. But Samoa Joe, man, I really hope he does well on SmackDown. I think he is. This was like the best move that SmackDown got, in my personal opinion, because it's just like, man, Joe is just that one guy, dude. Like, it's just weird. Like, Kevin Owens is fat, but Kevin Owens doesn't feel like a badass. Joe, throughout his whole career, has felt like a badass. And for me personally, I'm just so happy to see this guy on SmackDown, on a brand where I think he can succeed and where I think he can actually become a world champion. I really do feel like, look, here's the thing. AJ Styles won the WWE title, man. Like, anything's possible when it comes to these guys. And I feel like Samoa Joe, with the brand of people that he's with, I feel like his chances of becoming WWE champion, especially on SmackDown, are pretty high. And I'm looking forward to what he does on SmackDown. Let's see. Sanity's coming up, but no Nikki Cross. Asuka, I thought she was already officially on SmackDown. Like, I literally thought she was already on SmackDown, but I guess not. She just like came tonight and they're like, oh, she's on SmackDown. I was like, okay. The Club. A little bit too late on the Club there, WWE, especially if you want to keep AJ Styles heel. Man, maybe the Club will team with Shinsuke. That'd be interesting, right? No, that actually takes thinking and effort by the WWE. We got the Bar, too. Oh my God, SmackDown got the Bar. And here's the thing about the Bar as well, man. The Bar, they're going to put on some good matches, man, with the Usos, the Bludgeon Brothers, the New Day and everything like that. Well, we already know they can put on good matches with the New Day. But, man, especially if you break up Sheamus and Cesaro, what better brand for Sheamus and Cesaro to be single wrestlers than SmackDown? Oh, we were talking about all the matchups with Joe and all those guys. Think about Sheamus versus Shinsuke, Sheamus versus AJ, Sheamus versus Randy Orton again. Oh, no one wants to see that shit again. But you get the idea. And think about Cesaro versus those fools, too. Man, dude. Oh, we get some classic Sheamus D-Bryan matches. Sign me up for that one, man. I like Sheamus and Daniel Bryan when they wrestled. They had great chemistry with one another, man. I'm doing swell, Isaac Brock. Thank you for asking. So, yeah, man, when it comes down to it, man, I'm down with it, man. I'm chill with it. I'm good with the Bar coming on over, man. Not only are they going to have good tag team matches with the Usos and everybody like that, but they're going to have good singles matches when they break up. That's the cool thing about this, man. They're going to have some good singles matches when they break up, too. So I'm down with the Bar coming on over. R-Truth, you know, they lost the Fashion Police, so you got to bring comedy. Andrade Almas, you know SmackDown, they always have to have the main Latino guy, the main Latino star. It's like in the written rules for SmackDown. whoever the big Latino star is has to be on SmackDown. But hey, man, shout out to Andrade, man. Think about this. This guy was like almost out of the company this time last year. Like, he really wanted to leave. He found himself with Zelina Vega, and now a lot of people look at Andrade and say he's one of the best talents on the roster. Like, a lot of people were like generally excited about, you know, Andrade seeing Almas. So good for him, man. I think the bar could break up soon. I mean, I don't see why you would keep them together. I mean, especially if you're trying to push the Bludgeon Brothers, those Goku Power Ranger villains, as the main guys. So yeah, it is what it is. But man, you guys know which return had me hyped up. You know which return. When I saw this, I was like, oh my god! Fuck you, Gumby! Big Cass is back! Gumby is back! He has no Pokey, but we still got Gumby! Oh, the big Cass is back, and he feuded with Daniel Bryan. Ooh. Big Cass. Ooh, what's Big Cass doing there, man? Oh, Gumby, dude. He gonna get that mega push. Oh man, dude. Gumby getting that mega push, man. We thought the summer of Jinder Mahal was bad. Ooh, we're gonna get that big Cass push. How you doing? Oh, we ain't gonna be doing well when you're waddling around with that WWE title, Gumby. We ain't gonna do well with your droopy ass. like Big Cass is so droopy looking, man. I'm sorry, man. Big Cass is just a droopy looking fool, man. Just a droopy looking fool, man. But yeah, oh, he gonna beat Daniel Bryan. You know what? I never thought I'd say this. Daniel Bryan, don't lose to Gumby. Daniel Bryan, you the Breakfast Club killer. You find a way to say no. I am not doing this. You buried Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Show that against Big Cass. No sell all his goddamn offense and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Gumby, dude. Hashtag Gumby, the summer of Gumby. It's not the summer of Big Cass. It's the summer of Gumby. Gumby getting that damn push, man. Fucking Gumby. He's gonna break another limb, too. Fucking Big Cass, dude. Oh my god. Who do I think was the best trade and who was the worst trade? Best trade is Samoa Joe. Worst is Jinder. Like, Raw literally got the US title and lost it right away. Made no sense to me. Like, why would you trade for that? Like, why would you be like, I want Jinder Mahal, but I'll give you Samoa Joe. I know, dude. Summer of Gumby, man. It's happening, dude. We're gonna have Gumby run around and he's gonna like cause mischief and stuff. He's gonna be our WWE champion, dude. Like y'all were mad about Maharaja. At least Jinder like looked good. Gumby's all droopy. Like seriously, Gumby has like bigger boobs than most of the women on the roster, man. Gumby hilarious, dude. Fuck you, Gumby. God, why? Oh. It is what it is. But, anyways, guys, the WWE Superstar Shakeup, definitely SmackDown won this. Like, you can't like deny that SmackDown won this. SmackDown won the Superstar Shakeup. Raw literally got worse. Like, Raw was just like, all right, SmackDown, we'll take all the crap you don't want, and we'll give you guys that we just don't know what to do with. Like, that's literally what Raw gave them. They're like, we don't know what we're going to do with Jeff Hardy since he's not doing the Woken stuff, so we'll give him to you. We don't know what we're going to do with Samoa Joe after him losing to Reigns at Backlash, so we'll give him to you. We don't know what we're going to do with this guy. We don't know what we're going to do with that guy, so we'll give you guys all the guys we don't know what we're going to do with. Minus The Miz, because we kind of had an idea. Like that's for sure. And SmackDown, honestly, they got the cooler call-ups, too. They got Sanity. They got Andrade and Almas. Like, SmackDown got so much deeper. So much deeper in the talent, man. So much deeper in the talent pool. So SmackDown definitely got better. Raw, it was just like they just got all of SmackDown's crap. Like they were just like, oh man, we don't want these guys. Like we don't know what we're doing. Like Road Dogg Lee was like, I don't know what to do with these guys. Vince, I've been trying, Vince. I don't know what you want me to do with the Passion Police. What do you want me to do with the Passion Police, Vince? Tell me. You're gonna sign Jeff Jarrett or what? And then Vince is like, damn it. I'll just send him to Smack Raw then. They'll figure out what to do with these idiots. Vince, what do you want me to do with Zack Ryder? Whoa, you know it. Whoa, who does it? I don't know what to do, Vince. What do you want me to do, Vince? Like, that's Road Dogg backstage with all these guys on the roster. He just didn't know what to do with it. La Sombra, former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Oh, we might see La Sombra versus Shinsuke. Oh, we might get that rematch between La Sombra. That was actually a pretty good match, too. Yeah, a lot of people forget that Andrade is a former New Japan wrestler, former CMLL. He's the guy who started LIJ, one of the founding members of LIJ. For all you Tetsuya Naito fans, or Los Ingonables in Mexico. And Consuelo Mucha Lucha Libre. I forgot what the M stand for in CMLL, but you get the idea. Yeah, no, that's what I said. He started. He's one of the founding members of the Los Ingonables, and which led to LIJ for Tetsuya Naito. So yeah, La Sombra. I like how he says that in this song too. Again, but hey man, you gotta admit, dude, when La Sombra took off the mask, who do you think? Who would have thought that he would have do so well, man? So yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, you guys can ask questions now. This is now open Q&A. You can ask about the Superstar Shakeup. If there's something on Raw and SmackDown I didn't talk about that you want me to talk about it, you guys can. So yeah. You mean Mystical, baby? One of the greatest stars and stuff like that. Do I think Charlotte is overrated? I like Charlotte, so you're not going to hear that from me. But if I were to be fair on her, tad bit, she's a little bit choppy in the ring. But I don't mind a little bit choppy because I just feel her athleticism covers it up a lot. How long do you think Nakamura will use the line "No speak English" before it gets annoying? I personally thought it was funny just once. It's kind of like when you go to the well too many times with a certain joke. Yeah, it's fine to go to the joke a couple times, but the way he did it the last time was just so funny, where it was just like he gave like a funny promo where he was like, "Oh, my emotions got the best of me," and then like Renee was asking him a question and he was like, "Sorry, no speak English." Now it's just like, oh, look at him, he's being racist to himself, so it's not too bad if you make a racist joke at Shinsuke. You know how it comes off. It just comes off kind of awkward, to be honest, man. Who do I think Roman will feud with after Backlash? Dude, that's a wonderful question. Maybe Dean Ambrose. Like, Ambrose is due to come back soon. There's talks about turning him heel, aka turning him babyface. Ambrose would be kind of a cool guy to feud with. And there's like a good story there too with Ambrose. Like, Ambrose can come out. He can say like, "Where were you when I was getting attacked? We're supposed to be best friends. We're supposed to be dogs. We're supposed to be boys. We've always been boys. But you're the one who wasn't there when my shoulder got caved in." Like, you can have Ambrose be like pissed off about that or stuff. I don't know how to do Dean Ambrose. Like, Dean Ambrose is kind of like, Like, I just talk like that for Ambrose. But you get the idea. More serious Ambrose, where he's like pissed off that Reigns and stuff like that. That Reigns wasn't there the night that he got attacked. Even though he had the injury beforehand, but kayfabe-wise. What do you see for Woke Reigns now that Samoa Joe got drafted to SmackDown Live? Like I said, he could probably beat Samoa Joe. A feud with Ambrose would be kind of like the best route, like the smart idea, because you can't go back to Care Bear just yet. And do you really want to do Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns right now? I think Reigns and Ambrose would be the best move moving forward. Thoughts on the Joe/Reigns promo on Raw? It was just like the same promo they did last week. Like, Reigns came out, "Brock Lesnar ain't here, but I'm here. I'm the big dog. What do you want me to do about it? I'm going to kick his ass. Believe that. Roman, you going on over here, and you talk a big game. But every time when you talk about taking on the beast, you always fail. So what makes it going to be different, Roman? What makes this different?" Like literally, that was literally the promo, and then Reigns goes, "You can get your fat ass in this ring." it's like, why do we have to go? Like, I don't know why I thought it was so funny the way he said it, but he's like, he just said it so casually. Like, he didn't sound like he wanted to kick his ass. Like, "Well, if you want to do something about it, you can get this your fat ass in this ring." Fat. So yeah. Oh man, Gumby is more wobbly and jiggly, dude. Gumby has like. You remember JBL's circa 2004 body? Gumby literally has like JBL's body on him. It's disgusting, man. Your thoughts on the Celtics so far in the playoff series against the Bucks after tonight's game 2? Oh, they're looking great, man. Like, Brad Stevens is like a miracle worker, dude. Like, for real, dude. Like, Terry Rozier always has been like a serviceable scoring guard off the bench. But after this series, oh, man, dude. I would love if Indiana, when Rozier's contract comes up, and I don't think Boston will have enough to keep him. Oh, man, if they got Rozier, could you imagine Oladipo and Rozier in the backcourt? Ooh! You just tell Rozier to shoot the lights out of the building. Oladipo will play that defense, and then if Rozier's shot's not working, you still got Oladipo. Oh, that'd be great. But yeah, no, the Celtics are looking really good. I honestly think they can still make the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, I don't think they're going to make the finals with this team. But man, dude, it just shows you if Kyrie was still there, dude. Because the thing about this Celtics team is that if Kyrie and Hayward were there, and if they were having bad nights, they're so deep that they have guys like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, freaking what's his face, Terry Rozier. Those are guys that can like get you buckets and make up for those guys not producing. So yeah, man, they're good right now. They're looking good. The Bucks, they just have a terrible coach, dude. Like seriously, like what are you doing with Giannis, man? But once Giannis gets that jump shot, dude, it's gonna be better, man. All right, let's see. Who has the better chance to beat AJ for the title? Samoa Joe, Nakamura, Gumby, or The Miz? I'm always a big believer that if you turn someone heel, Matthew, you should get them an end result. And it's like, if you're going to do Nakamura turning heel, he should win the title. Because what was the point if he turned heel for nothing? But the better chance, good old Trump supporter himself, Gumby. I think Gumby has the best chance, in all honesty. That's a fact, Jack. Beating AJ for the title, you said. Gumby for sure. How many times will Nakamura hit Styles in the balls before they become Lesnar and Taker territory? Like, honestly, I would be down if AJ kicked Nakamura in the balls and stuff like that. And the thing is, too, Nakamura could use that against AJ and be like, that's how you'll win first title. You kick Dean in balls, I kick you in nuts to make you feel how Dean felt. How everyone felt when you became champion. But I don't know. Road Dogg doesn't watch SmackDown. Like Road Dogg doesn't watch like old SmackDowns. Like Road Dogg's like, what am I supposed to do this week, Vince? Vince, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Are you gonna sign Jeff or what, Vince? I'm so confused. Like that's literally Road Dogg every week. He just doesn't know what to do. How do I feel about Gumby? Well, he has a nickname on this channel, Tyshawn. And normally when you have a nickname on this channel, that's not a good thing. It means I don't really either A, like you, B, I like making fun of you, or C, I could care less about you. Gumby falls in the realm of C. I never really, like, I think a lot of people who ever subscribed to my channel from, like, the days when I did review NXT, they would know I wasn't big on the whole Enzo and casting. They would know I wasn't big believers on them. Or anything like that. Like I said, yeah, they can get the crowd going, but other than that, I'm not big on them. Never was big on Gumby. I'll take Care Bear, aka Braun Strowman, over Big Cass any day. I know that may surprise some people, but I would rather take him as a main guy than Gumby with his JBL goofy ass body. Thoughts on Poirier versus Gaethje? Dude, what a war that was, man. Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Hopefully getting a title shot soon. But man, Justin Gaethje, man, that fool needs to learn how to move his head. Like seriously, he needs to like relax, man. How long do you think Carmella will hold the SmackDown Women's Championship? SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. I feel like those are the two events that's like the longest will be SummerSlam, shortest Money in the Bank. I don't see her having like a super long reign. I guess that's considered super long, but when I think of long reigns, I think up to like Survivor Series and stuff like that. Chase, when do you think Miz and Daniel Bryan have a match? Soon, because WWE just doesn't, they're just impatient. So they're just going to be like, oh, we need this match. And plus it's Road Dogg. Like I said, do I have to do my Road Dogg push again? What? Vince, if I don't do Bryan and Miz tonight, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. All right? What do you want me to do, Vince? I mean, seriously. You want me to say that to SummerSlam? How am I going to ride that to SummerSlam, Vince? That's too much for me, Vince. I don't know what to do here, Vince. So what you need to do for me is let me do Bryan versus Miz tonight on SmackDown. So yeah, knowing Road Dogg, that's it. Like that's literally how I just picture Road Dogg with like Every conversation he has with Vince or any wrestler, he's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Just picture him just lost and confused and stuff like that. Do you see any future endeavors after Backlash? Oh, yeah, we're getting to spring cleaning soon. I would say if someone that you thought was going to, like, I think Ty Dillinger, that dude's gone. Kurt Hawkins is probably gone. I think there's certain guys that are just going to be gone. Maybe some NXT guys that we don't know about. Thoughts on Adonis say, and do you think he looks more like Jones or OSP? I like him. I think he's definitely worth the hype factor around him. He's definitely one of the better hype guys that the UFC has brought in. He looks more like OSP to me than Jones, but he has the fighting style of John Jones. He's literally like OSP and John Jones' love child. Have you seen the lineup for UFC 224 and 225? It looks stacked. What's 225? 225 is the Punk card. There's no way you're saying UFC 224 is stacked. No fucking way. Isn't that Amanda Nunes versus Raquel Pennington? Like, what else is on this card? Let's see. Let me check. Jacare versus Gaslam. Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Cooper. John Lineker versus Brian. No. Vitor versus Lyoto. No. 24 is not. 224 is not stacked. 225. Now that's stacked. That's papers. That's like, oh, I'll actually pay $60 for this card, man. Whitaker versus Hormelo 2. Let's see. Dos Anjos, Kobe Covington. Holm versus Megan Anderson. Overeem versus Curtis Blades. CM Punk versus Mike the Truth Jackson. Joseph Benavidez versus Sergio Pettis. Claudia Gadelha versus Carla Esparza. I mean, oh, that's stacked. Like, I don't know what you think about 224. Maybe for Brazil, but not for me. No. Nah, I don't think that's stacked. That's just me personally. And stuff like that. Yo, Chase, you play a better Samoa Joe than the real Samoa Joe. That's good that you guys like. It's so hard when you watch like every Joe promo and you just know what he does and stuff like that. So, yeah. Greatest Royal Rumble predictions? Kadeem Simon next week. That's when I'm going to do my predictions for that show. Come on, man. It's a weekend event. You know how this channel works by now. So, yeah. Chase, who do I think will win the Cavs and Pacers series? Oh, Cavs. Like, I think the Pacers are going to push it to at least a Game 6. Game 7 at the most. Because here's the difference. The Pacers are not afraid. They're literally not afraid. They say, hey, look. Yeah, the Cavs are younger and they have LeBron. But we're a young team, too. Nate McMillan. People forget Nate McMillan was an assistant coach for Frank Vogel, and he was the one who designed all those defensive plays against the Miami Heat teams, the Big Three era. So, like, people forget about Nate McMillan and his impact as a coach and how much he's actually seen LeBron. Nate McMillan has seen LeBron so much, he knows what LeBron wants to do. Nate McMillan has smart lineups against the Cavs. They have a chance, the Pacers, to win this series, because if there's any time to take out Cleveland, it's now. And I bet you the Raptors, they're like, let's go, Pacers. They don't want to see no Cavs, because for whatever reason, the Raptors can't get over the LeBron wall. But ultimately, I think the king will rise. He's not going to let Ben Simmons take his throne after his good buddy Prince Wade kicked his ass. So, I think LeBron James will be fine. But if seriously, if they go down 2-0, I might have to choose the Pacers, but I think the Cavs will tie it up tomorrow. I just don't see LeBron going down 2-0, especially to like a Victor Oladipo, Domantas Sabonis, freaking Miles Turner, and Boban Bogdanovic. Like, I can't see him going down 2-0. But hey, my boy Darren Collison's on the Cavs, so I want it to do good, man. Would I like to see Black Lesnar versus Cockfist? Degenerate Sharingan. That is a wonderful question. Yes, of course I would. Like, that's like the match that I want to see the most. It's two of my top 5 favorite wrestlers. Of course. Is Vince going to sign Jeff Jarrett? I don't know. You ask him, Kadeem. I want to know. I want him. I don't know what to do, Vince. Yeah, I think he will. I think he might do something. Becky Lynch or Paige, who looks better? Honestly, Becky's been looking pretty fire as of late, man. Like Paige, I don't know, man. Maybe she's too white for me. Maybe she's just too like, I don't know. Like, Paige is okay. Like, I just feel like Paige, like, she hasn't really evolved. Like, if you get what I'm saying, like, Paige has always kind of looked the same. Becky, at first I was like, ugh. Now I'm like, Damn, dude. Okay, I see the hype in Becky Lynch, man. How long do you think Roman will keep the title on? Who do you think he should drop it to? Survivor Series, and he drops it. He should drop it to either Rollins or Ambrose. That would make the most sense. But knowing WWE, they would have him, or Care Bear. That would be a good option, too. But knowing WWE, they would have him drop it to Finn Balor. How do you see Asshole Covington versus RDA going? RDA wrestling him to death. I haven't seen Covington's wrestling improve, to be honest. If WrestleMania 35 rumors are true, do you think Rousey will win the Raw Women's title at SummerSlam with Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble, resulting in the match? I would honestly do the opposite, and I would have Rousey win the Rumble, and then I would have Charlotte be the champion. That's what I would do. Your way is fine too, but I would just preferably do the opposite because you want to give Rousey all the accolades you can. But yes, both things are completely possible, for sure. At the end of the Superstar Shakeup, Sasha Banks and Bayley are still on the same brand. Blows my brains out. I know, seriously. Like, why isn't Sasha Banks on SmackDown? NBA is boring now. Ross, dude, these playoffs are pretty good, though. I've been liking the playoffs. The playoffs have been fun. Maybe because my team's actually in the playoffs, and I experienced playoff dude, like, seriously, after watching the Timberwolves and Rockets game, like, I just love the playoffs more and more, man. It's like, it's so hard to explain how good playoff basketball is, man. Like, especially because I haven't seen playoff basketball in 14 years. Like, oh, it's fucking phenomenal. Ty Dillinger will go to Impact Wrestling. Kurt Hawkins will go to GTS. Hunico will go to AAA. Who's going to go all in, though? Chase, who's your top 5 best women workers and top men wrestling in WWE? Top 5 women workers. Number 5 would be Sasha. Number 4... I can put NXT girls in here, right? There's not really anyone in NXT. Number 4, Kairi Sane. Number 3, Nia Jax. Number 2, Asuka. Number 1, Charlotte. My top 5 men workers. 5 would be... Do I really want to put in my 5, though? That's hard, man, because the guys have a lot of good workers. I guess 5 would be Orton. 4 would be... Because my top 3 is easy. My top 3 is AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. 4 is just kind of hard, man. 4 through like, because there's so many good workers that you could put on there. If I were to choose a number 4, oh man, dude, if I were to choose a number 4, because 5 is Orton. Orton's like a good 5. 4, oh, man, who's like consistently like just good all the time, man? Because Rollins is 2, AJ is 1, Roman is 3. But a number 4, that's hard. Like, it's funny how I have a number 5, but I can't think of a number 4. Because, like, there are better workers than Randy, because Randy's been lazy as of late. But I'm just trying to think of, like, a number 4 that, like, you could believe when I say, oh, yeah, he's number 4, he's better than Randy. And stuff like that. So, I would have to say, if I were to choose a number 4, oh, Johnny Gargano, if he counts. There we go. I mean, you said WWE, you didn't say NXT main roster. So, here we go. When would you like to see the woke Reigns gimmick kick in? Dude, soon. Like, that would just make Roman Reigns into the biggest babyface ever. Like, probably like you have it where he loses to Joe, and he thinks it's like and he loses to Lesnar, and he thinks it's like a conspiracy why he didn't win. Be great. Thoughts on Karl Anthony Towns' Game 1 performance if Tibbs would give him the fucking ball? Like, I don't understand. How do you do a pick and roll, and in Towns, little fucking CP3's on Towns, throw it to him? Like, Jimmy Butler, what the fuck are you seeing, dude? Oh, I got quick Capella 7-foot ass on me. So who's on Towns? Fucking little midget ass Chris Paul. Give it to him, man. Like seriously, Towns was doing everything fine defensively for the most part, minus like getting baited by Quim Capella in the first half. But Towns was doing all right on the defensive side of the ball. Setting his picks was fine, but man, dude, you gotta give him the ball more. You can't have Karl Anthony Towns not be dominant. Like, that's the way we're gonna win this series, is if Karl Anthony Towns takes control. Do you think Joe Rogan's working wrestling fans? He watched wrestling once. He said it was funny. He used to watch wrestling back in the day, so yeah. Does Roman beat Brock in Saudi Arabia? Most likely. You watching Redemption to piss off the Impact diehards this Sunday? Well, yeah, I'm going to watch it and review it, but I don't know if it's to piss off that. I guess maybe if they don't like what I think about the show, because I actually grade the shows and not just say every Impact show is great. But yeah, I'm watching it, but I don't know if it's to piss people off. It's more to give my review. Do you think the club will reunite with Styles, maybe lead to Styles turning heel again? That would make sense, Xander. I honestly think that would be good with Shinsuke, so that way Shinsuke doesn't have to talk so much English. You can have the club talk for him and stuff. I think that would be pretty funny. Who would have thought that I would see Chaos and the Bullet Club work together? Well, technically Carl Anderson's a former Chaos member too, so it is what it is. But yeah. If Roman wins at the Greatest Royal Rumble, do you see him losing the title to Lashley? That'd be nice, but I honestly think if Lashley's going to win, they're going to have Lashley beat someone big. And not to say, like, Roman... Like, I don't think Lashley would beat Roman, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I really think that they're going to make Lashley beat, like, Care Bear or something like that. Please tell me how the fuck did Raquel Pennington get a title shot, although she's ranked high. Well, Raquel Pennington, a lot of her fights, too... Like, when you look at Raquel Pennington's record, it's not good. But a lot of those fights that she lost via split decision, she should have won, to be honest. Like... She should honestly only have one loss on her record, Raquel Pennington. But yeah, she literally just pulled the Tyron Woodley, like, I won my fight against Misha Tate. I'm not going to fucking fight anyone. Give me title. I know Ross, but I'm just saying it's fun to still, I'm enjoying it because my team's in it. So I'm enjoying the basketball. I like to play a basketball, to be honest. It's like baseball. You know who the fuck's going to go to the World Series for the most part. Out of the favorites and stuff like that. Yeah, it's still fun to watch. Same with football. We know the Patriots are going to go there, but we still believe Jacksonville could beat them. It's just fun to watch, man. I'm just happy my team's in the playoffs, man. Maybe if the Knicks were in, you'd think different. If Cesaro and Sheamus do break up, and Cesaro is given opportunities to succeed in a single competition, do you think he will re-sign with WWE? I feel like WWE, this is their chance to kind of go with Cesaro. Like, honestly, I know this is way looking too forward in the future, but if you look at the 2019 winner for the Royal Rumble, Cesaro is kind of an appealing option when you look at it. From a hindsight and thinking about, like, hey, who could we give this to that the fans would like and would be kind of, like, deserving of it? Cesaro is kind of appealing of that option. So that would be not a bad option if WWE decided to give Cesaro that Royal Rumble. So, yeah, that'd be good. Would Gargano versus Miz be a good feud? It'd be kind of like a light version of Miz versus Daniel Bryan, but I think there would be some magic there because Miz works good with the indie wrestlers because he makes the indie wrestlers slow down a little bit. So yeah. Chase, how do you feel about Sasha Banks? She's good. You know, she's botchy, but she's good. I just think as a person, she's really like taking down her stock as a wrestler because she let kind of like her success get to her head, in my personal opinion. Paige, when she in them fish jets, yep. Oh, yeah, she's pretty good in those fish jets, I guess. Do you think NXT will have Gargano win the NXT championship at TakeOver Brooklyn? Later than that, because I think TakeOver Brooklyn, they'll do Velveteen versus, what's his face, Aleister Black. What's the Luxman doing this time? Why does he think that's a big conspiracy? Like, they want the guy to be over, so they're gonna have him win the title when they want him to win the title in a place where he's gonna get cheered. Like I guess it's a conspiracy if they do that with any wrestler, right? I mean, seriously, like it's just called business, man. That's what they do. Well, the Yankees were a good wild card team. Their odds were pretty good. Like when the Yankees were Ross. The Yankees odds in the playoffs last year were pretty high. Like, I don't know if you knew what their betting odds were, but they were like the fourth team that people were saying were going to make that World Series. Because Boston was the only, like literally, no one had faith in the Indians because that team was so beat up. Do you think the Timberwolves have a shot at the Rockets? No. Like, honestly, choking James Harden, choking CP3, and choking D'Antoni, they activate choke mode in round 2 and round 3 of the playoffs. Round 1 is where CP3 looks like one of the all-time great point guards. James Harden looks like he is the best of the Thunder Big Three, even though we all know it's Kevin Durant. Don't fool yourself. And Mike D'Antoni tries to prove to all the haters that his stupid offense works. But by round 2 and 3, James Harden will disappear. They'll say, but he does so much for his team. CP3 will start being too commanding for that stupid ball and start turning it over out of nowhere. Like, look, I would love, and I mean love, for the Rockets to implode against us so we could get to the second round. Because honestly, we would be a second round playoff team this year if Jimmy Butler didn't get hurt in February. If Jimmy Butler did not hurt his knee, oh man. That would That would have been big, man. Man, Ross, you didn't look at the betting odds, man. People had the Yankees at least was really close with the Indians, man. Wasn't that big of an upset, dog. The Indians were beat up too. But yeah, man. Golden State gonna dominate? Oh, we don't know about that, man. We don't know. What if Kevin Durant kills someone? What's next for Alexa Bliss? Probably like just hanging out by catering. I don't know, doing something on the microphone. So yeah. The Indians keep getting injured, man. That's what their problem is. They're beat up. Thunder or Rockets, who I got? Rockets. Well, I don't know. That's round 2. So the implosion could happen then. Because you got to know that's going to happen. Like, I feel bad for these Houston fans. They'll, like, look, if CP3 can just make a Western Conference Finals, man, that's it. Smackdown won. Easy. Like, look at the description box, Dan Bones. How can you tell me Smackdown lost this? How do you feel fights ending in leg kicks? If they break their leg, it sucks, because then it's just like, man, that's such a shame, because that's just like that's just such a really good like counter. But if they end the other fighter, that's pretty skillful in my personal opinion. Have you heard that Mandy Wrestling's in a relationship? Yeah, I know she is. I know who she's in a relationship with. She's in a relationship with a bald-headed dude. I don't know his name, but yeah. I used to smoke weed, Tyshawn Henderson, but not as much anymore. But every once in a while, I'll smoke some indica. Barbosa or Lee, dude, that fight is just such a great wild card fight. That's a good lightweight fight right there, man. It's not going to be like Gaethje and Poirier where it's just wild and crazy, but it's still going to be a good fight nonetheless. But I honestly, Kevin Lee's going to wrestle Barbosa. I don't know if Barbosa has gotten better. I'm going to go with Barbosa with the upset. I think Barbosa winning is a good upset pick against Kevin Lee. Yeah, I'll go Barbosa. But I wouldn't be surprised if Lee got the win here. Edgar or Swanson? Oh, I got Edgar, dude. Like, Cub Swanson's Mr. Choke. He's in a big fight, and he loses. That's what Cub Swanson does, man. That's what he does. Will the iconic duo, Absolution and Carmella, form a faction? Maybe Iconic Duo and Carmella, but Absolution, I think they're kind of going to be like Paige's little assistants and stuff like that, so I don't think they'll form a faction. But I can definitely see Iconic Duo and Carmella. Greetings from Romania, Mr. Impact 2005. How do you feel about Frankie's quick turnaround? I think it's good for Frankie Edgar. I'm a little bit worried because he did get knocked out last time clean by T-City. But I do think that Frankie Edgar is focused and he's going to beat Cub Swanson. But I think he's fine. Cormier or Miocic, I'm on the Stipe train, so Stipe, man. Until I see that dude lose, I'm not going to choose against him. But Cormier is his biggest threat, that's for sure. I know, Tyshawn. I was right about Nikki Bella breaking up with Cena, and I'll keep bragging about it. Man, I told you all this was going to happen. I heard, according to Tony and Castle, that Rose is in a relationship with Tino Sabatelli. Oh, really? I remember on Total Divas she was in a relationship with some random ass bald dude. Ew, she with Tino Sabatelli, man. She had terrible taste in men. I wonder how Sonya Deville feels about that. I watched the Lexman vid. It more or less is a conspiracy. He think it won't happen because WWE loves to do unexpected, like WrestleMania 34 Lesnar beat Reigns. Yeah. Oh, like he thinks that they're not going to put the title on Reigns? Yeah, I don't think they're going to put the title on Reigns. Like, why would you have Reigns win at the greatest Royal Rumble? Like, that's just so random. How do you think they will screw up on Andrade and Almas and even the hot Rosita? It's Zelina Vega now. Her name's no longer Rosita. But I don't think they're going to screw him up because he's their only Latin American star. So why would they screw him up? They'll keep him in the mid-card, which is fine. That's how all the Latin American stars start. They start in the mid-card. As long as he doesn't get the Del Rio push, he's fine. Just keep him in the mid-card. Have him win that U.S. title from Jeff Hardy. Have him be the United States champion. Maybe you can do a little gimmick with that. Who knows? I'm pretty sure Zelina Vega cut a good promo for him. Then later on, you can have him possibly challenge for the world title by 2019. I don't think they're going to screw him up. They don't normally screw up their Hispanic stars. They may force them and push them like they should be main eventers when they clearly aren't, but they normally don't screw up their Hispanic stars. The one thing WWE does really well with, and I will always give credit for WWE, is that they know how to push their Latinos and Latinas. Khabib versus Poirier might be next. That would be a good fight, man, as long as Khabib just stays on the ground. Do you think Bullet Club is bigger than NWO, and will you buy a Too Sweet album with the shirt? I think NWO is still bigger and more well-known than the Bullet Club, and no, I won't be buying a Too Sweet album with the shirt. I don't even know what's on the song, but the shirt is pretty funny, but I'm not really, like, huge in the Bullet Club like that, man, like, honestly, but I'd buy, like, a tank top. Favorite WrestleMania logo? Always biased towards WrestleMania 24. Always biased. How funny is that some people believe Lashley will beat Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal title when it's clear Roman will be the first one beating Lesnar? I don't know, man. Otherwise, they would have done it by now. Maybe they'll take a while for it. What the Pelicans be like if DeMarcus Cousins was healthy? Even more scarier? Like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people are trying to go against the grain and say, like, oh, look at how good they are without DeMarcus and stuff. But I think that would be way more scary. Like, here's the thing. Without DeMarcus, yes, they may function a little bit better. But with DeMarcus, that's their only chance against the Warriors. And that's their only chance against the Rockets. Without DeMarcus, they have no chance. They can face them. I'm pretty sure they can win one game against them, maybe two at the most, but they have no chance. Because when you have DeMarcus and AD, the Warriors can't stop that size, especially with the way that Drew Holiday and Rondo is playing. Playoff Rondo's a real thing, man. That's a scary human being right there. And plus, people forget, Rondo wouldn't be in New Orleans if it wasn't for Cousins. Cousins' crazy ass was like, yo, man, y'all got to sign Ray Jean, man. I loved him when he was in Sacramento for like 2 seconds. Y'all need to sign his ass. Because the thing is, man, you try to stop those two big men. And I truly do believe that the Pelicans should because if there's any team that has a chance against the Warriors in the future, it's the Pelicans. It's honestly the Pelicans, man. Should Ferguson and Poirier fight while Khabib is doing Ramadan? Right? Is that what your question is? No, well, Chris Ferguson is not going to be healed until another 9 months. So Tony's not going to be available till December. So Ramadan should be fine. Like, that's what I heard in a recent interview by Poirier. Poirier said that, like, Tony's going to be 9 months out. So 6 months at the most. But even then, like, by that time, Ramadan's over. So Khabib can fight again. The Lex needs to stop treating wrestling way too seriously. Conspiracy by ass. Dude, that's the Lex, man. You can't change it. But hey, dude, it's working for him. People like watching his dumbass. WWE should do a lesbian storyline with Sonya and Mandy wrestling. It'd be great. I would love it. Even the worst wrestling minds would not do a duel, lose their first match. This WWE stupid idiot show they are even worse than those that made the iconic duel lose the match. Well, it was against a Golden Child, so how can you be mad? I mean, it's like having, like, your world champion lose to a guy in street clothes. Oh wait, that's what Impact did with Eli Drake. They had their world champion who they were building up with lose to Austin Aries out of nowhere. Do you trust the process? The process that actually makes good moves around it, yes. Not Sam Hinkie's dumbass, but I do trust his idea with good moves put around it, like signing JJ Redick and Marco Bellinelli and stuff like that. They ain't going to find a star like that. La Sombra has a chance. Andrade, he does have a chance. Will it be a perfect draft for your Chargers with the top 3 picks? Vita Vea, Vander Esch. Since Vander Esch, for whatever reason, he's now getting medically red flagged, and if he falls to the second round, I would love that. So Vander Esch, and I don't care, take one of those late round guard and tackles in the third day. Do 1, 2. Sorry, BC fans, the masses don't them unlike NWO. Yeah, the NWO is always going to be the biggest faction in wrestling. It's just hard to like beat. Why does WWE keep trying to push DX greater than NWO narrative? Everyone knows NWO is more iconic than those fruit kicks. I don't know. It's ridiculous, dude. NWO is like way more cooler than DX too. Like, here's the thing. NWO, you can wear that shirt outside and people know what's up. TX, man, it looks like you're wearing some like childish shit when you wear that, man. And that's the truth. Like, look, if the Kardashians wearing the NWO, you know what's cool and what's hip. Early predictions for men/women Money in the Bank winners. Women, Bayley. Men, man, dude, the men is just so wide open. Bayley's for sure my women prediction. Like, I just feel like WWE has to give her something for once. And that'd be a good way to finally do something interesting with her character. Like, wondering if she's going to cash in or not. You know what? Fuck it. Just give it to Jinder. Can you imagine they just give the man's money and be like, yeah, we get the thought to cut. And he has, like, the fucking money. Oh, God, that'd be terrible. Lashley would be a good prediction. We could push the Rockets to 6 games, but I don't know if we're gonna win 7. I don't even know what the Texas Rangers can do to rebuild. You guys have a good farm system, I know that. But yeah, dude, I think honestly y'all need to upgrade the manager position and then focus on getting some good outfielders and power hitters too, man. They'll just have nothing, man. They just have nothing right now, man. All right. What if Ricochet comes out to the Lucha theme song? I think it would be I think it would get over. Like if he played as Prince Puma, yeah, that'd be good. Should Vince do a dual GM story on what Paige and Brad Maddox? That would make for some great television and get rid of Shane. Have Xavier Woods come in every once in a while too. Get some up, down, down action. Yeah, that'd be good. Will WWE do a special network event in the Tokyo Dome? Oh yeah, eventually, but not this year. Probably next year. I would be stunned if they don't do it next year. Will Big Gumby have his Transformers theme song, his Redneck theme song, or a new one? Oh man, he better have the Transformers theme song. That was my favorite of his terrible themes. Yeah, dude, you wear NWO every day. Yeah, I know. I don't know why they did that to Eli Drake. I thought it was so dumb. They were just like, LOL. Let's just have Eli Drake lose. Now everyone's like, oh, Elvis is the belt collector. Is there any other wrestler screwed more than Rusev? No, Rusev is like probably number 1 right now. I can't think of anyone more screwed than Rusev. What's Snowdrop? What do you mean Snowdrop booking? I'm like booking main event status right here. Jinder's a legit star. Snowdrop has convinced me that Jinder is just so great. Like, you got to talk to her more. You got to tweet at Snowdro658. Just talk about it. Yo! Later, Blue Knight. Have a good one. Have a good night, my friend. I'm actually going to head up soon, too, man. Who I think will win the 50-man Rumble? My money is on Lashley. You know, Triple H is in that thing, right? So I'll go with Triple H. Jinder. Jinder's theme song, though, is fire. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Y'all can hate Jinder, but, man. Do you see Kurt Angle turning heel anytime soon? Oh, dude. Can you imagine this Kurt Angle as a heel? Now, here's the thing. I know you're mad at me, Roman, but what I'm doing is best for business. Oh, I would love it. Yes, please. I would love that, actually. I don't know when, but I hope it happens soon. NWO is definitely like Horseman and NWO are 1 and 2, but there's no fucking way you can tell me DX is greater than the NWO. Like, that's fucking disgusting. No, DX is not greater than NWO. Horseman and NWO, you can make the argument of which one you think is 1 and 2, because both were impactful for their time. I personally just go with NWO because I look at, you know, the staying power of the NWO, how much impact the NWO has on the business. Yes, the NWO ripped off the gimmick from a Japanese faction back in the day, but really, to be honest, they made it better. They made improvements, and now there's so many types of gimmicks. Any independent wrestling show you go to, there's always like an NWO type of gimmick. There's not really a 4 Horsemen type of gimmick, but there's always some type of like, oh, we're taking over or something. Like, I go to sometimes local California shows and they'll be like, they'll have like the CWO or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And stuff like that. Like, they'll say they're taking over and stuff like that. What was my reaction when I saw Miz, Bo, Curtis, KO, and Sammy all group hugging? Oh, I laughed. I thought it was a funny little group hug. They were so happy. I was like, oh, this is great. Plus, with Kevin Owens' theme song going in the background, it's just, that was great. Do I think Sasha Banks or Bayley who looks better? Sasha Banks I prefer more, but not gonna lie, dude. Bayley, like, I don't know what she's been doing. Maybe she's been tanning more or something. She's looking a lot better. Not better than Sasha Banks, but I'll say she's looking a lot better. Like I looked at Bayley and I go, oh yeah, she's actually looking pretty good for herself. Do I follow Xavier Woods' gaming channel? Not as, like, intently. Like, here's the thing. If I see that he's playing video games with someone I like, I'll watch it. But other than that, no. Yeah, I know. No, the OG belt collector, Philip M6, is Kurt Angle, man. Like that was the OG belt collector, man. He was taking all the belts for Samoa Joe and shit. He the OG belt collector of Impact. That's Kurt Angle, man. I love Kurt Angle seeing anything. That's one of my guilty pleasure songs. No, that's not it, but you get the idea. I don't know, man. I don't know how to bring back Kurt Angle's personality. I wish. What's your WWE New Japan Dream matches? Like Ishii versus Joe. Oh, Tanahashi versus Cena. Okada versus Randy Orton. Tetsuya Naito versus Roman Reigns. Tetsuya Naito versus Daniel Bryan. Those are some, like, dream matches. Sonata versus Almas. I'm pretty sure that happened once before, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But those are some dream matches that come up, like matches that I want to see and stuff like that. Oh, there's an AJ and Jinder mashup song. Oh man, who is more greater, DX or Bullet Club? Oh, I would say DX overall, because Bullet Club is like pretty much DX and NWO's love child. So, oh, it's true. It's damn true. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for coming into this stream. I have to head out right now. Gotta go study and do some schoolwork. But thank you guys very much and stuff like that. I personally liked Evolution more, Jay Barton, to end the theme. Remember, guys, just like Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. And yo! Sorry, I really have to go.